As I promised, we're going to find out what's in your seafood. Dr. Leisa-Marie Grgula, Accurate Care Pain Relief Center. She is a chiropractor, and we're going to be talking about seafood and how to make sure that it is safe for consumption. Medical Footprint, your trademark now.
Yes, it's brand new. And I came up with that idea because I'm noticing, as we shared earlier, that the majority of conditions people have now is really related to what they're putting in their mouth, what they're doing, and in a lot of cases can be prevented. Whether it's overweight, whether it's overuse or misuse of the body, if we kind of work toward preventing a lot of these things, maybe we won't be in the medical system. For instance, when we talk about carbon footprint, we want to talk about the fuel we're saving, the energy, the electricity, changing light bulbs, etc., so that we're not burdening the energy aspect of our lives. Well, now why don't we look at not burdening the medical part of our lives too? And if people start to age, and then they're more into the system, as we all do. That is, again, it's a progression of aging. However, if we start to prevent, maybe watch that weight, watch what we're putting in, watching the allergies, watching reactions, then a lot of the conditions that we might get may not put us into the medical system.
Yeah, right, exactly. And when we think of a hip replacement or a knee replacement, we automatically do not, unless we think it through, we don't think of weight or food. We probably should, but when you think of a hip replacement or a knee replacement, it could be because the person could have maybe be obese or too much weight.
And a good
it's not
surgeon
necessarily
will
just the
that.
overuse of that joint.
Exactly. And a lot of times it's from someone with a history of, being athletic or what have you.
Right,
we have
that's a condition also.
But so many of them, the patients come into my office and I'll ask them, has your surgeon asked you about weight loss? No. So, the protocols are supposed to be lose X amount of pounds, get back to me in 6, 8 months to a year, and then we'll talk about replacing.
That's what I've heard. I've heard that many physicians will say, I won't even do the surgery until you lose weight. I thought that was the dialogue that.
Yeah, and it should be. And so patients know that that's the goal that they have to achieve. They don't always know that that's really the cause, so it's my job to put the pieces together and to help them understand how to get from point A to point B naturally, healthily, and then maybe let's prevent other people in your family, the younger ones, from having that condition 10, 20 years down the road, so that then they're not into this medical system again. Not to hate to use the word burdening our insurance system. Because
you see many times it's like welfare situations. You see many families who are in the medical system. Their children are in the medical system because of maybe poor dietary, as you're saying, habits. Jumping to the topic for today, what's in the seafood that you consume? And mostly we're concerned with, is mercury the only thing we're concerned with, or the
There's
main
so many different things. Mercury is the main one. Basically, another thing, going back to your medical doctor or nutritionist, they'll say, well, it's real healthy to eat more fish now. We want you eating fish 3 to 5 times a week.
That in itself is a truth.
Very true. Okay. Very true. However, what type of fish? And people might go to just tilapia, or they'll go to some of the warehouses and get the shrimp by bulk.
Minus salmon.
Okay, then you have to make sure you're wondering, where is that salmon coming from, and knowing that source before you're eating it.
Oh dear, now I'm going to be afraid to eat salmon.
There you go. But farmed salmon, and it's not always, it used to be farmed was bad, wild is good.
Oh, okay, but now farm's good?
It depends, and this is where the website comes in. It's not my website, but it's a website sponsored by Monterey Bay Aquarium, and it's called seafoodwatch.org.
Okay.
And what you can do is navigate around that site, and you can choose a fish. So Chilean sea bass, salmon, and then up will come all of the salmon, and you'll decide, and you'll take a look, well, it's coho, it's sockeye, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll look, and they'll show you whether it should be farmed, whether it should be coming from Pacific, whether it should come from Atlantic, where it should come U.S., what happens here, there, Canada. This is what we have to know.
So then when we purchase it, we either make sure we read or ask where this seafood has
where it's come from. Most people have PDAs now, so if you're in the market and you see something on sale, you can go right to your PDA. There are apps you can download from that site.
Okay.
If you do not have a PDA and that's not what you're going to be able to get into the store, you can actually download a little pocket version. And I know we had the graphic for that, and that comes up, you print it out, it's in full color right there, and you just fold it back up, and you stick it into your wallet. So then you go out and you'll be at the market.
I see where that would fold.
Yeah,
some of it's upside down.
And you fold it up and you open it back up. It's like a little brochure, and you say, aha, I've got coho salmon wild caught Alaska. That's good. If it says coho wild caught salmon from Alaska not the best or to avoid, then it'll show you a good alternative. And that's where right there it says best choices, good alternatives, and to avoid.
Really?
Some reasons for avoidance are mercury, toxins that the fish has consumed, the fattier, larger fish. Remember, they have to eat all of the other little fish. So all of the fish down that food chain
who have eaten
all of the mercury and the fuel that's in the oceans, all the junk that's been down in there.
That's amazing, because that reminds me of something Randy Karp said. He's the author of Misinformed About Food. We have him as a guest many times on the show, and his is it's a little deviation of you are what you eat. He says you are what
your animals eat.
Your food is eaten. What you eat ate. You are what you eat ate. Yep,
that's exactly right.
Yeah.
And so the smaller fish are a little bit luckier with the small sardines and things like that, because they're just kind of the first line. But once all of the other fish have eaten them, and of course the toxins are stored in
Why
your
am I
fat
laughing
cells,
about fish getting eaten?
It's tough, but that's the course of events. So again, if you're a seafood lover and you're gonna want to eat your seafood, download the little packet. Keep it in your wallet, or put the app on your phone, or just go online on your phone when you're at the market and check it out. And there are so many stores now.
I'm going to print that out as soon as we're finished here today.
You can go to the Safeways and Bashes. You don't necessarily have to go to organic Whole Foods type markets. Of course, those they already work with seafoodwatch.org. It's safe. But if you go to the other markets, you can make it happen and they can order it too.
Speaking of safe seafood, we're going to eat some safe seafood, because Lisa's going to prepare it for us today, so we know it's going to be safe. Lisa in the kitchen when we come back, and then it's Walk for MS. You stay right there.